Bond. James Bond. Guns, girls, gadgets. Martini shaken not stirred. My Aston Martins. Aston Martins DB5s. And other cars. Fast, beautiful women. And a suave, debonair man called Bond. James Bond. Join me, Peter Gordon McKinnon, on P.G.M show for 007 Diamonds Are Forever. Diamonds Are Forever. 007 has another mission. This time, hello to Sean Connery. Yes, George Lazenby sadly didn't get a second chance. So, for his last and ever Bond movie, well, he did two more, which one was not really in the Eon Productions MGM line of Bond films, Never Say Never Again, and another film that he did years and years ago, where he was a lot older, and that was The Rock. Nicolas Cage is now classed as a Bond film. He is classed as James Bond, but under a different secretive, assumed, and a different identity as name. Anyway, enough of that. This Bond, James Bond, Diamonds Are Forever, felt to me as it was a comedy more than anything else. Forget about the ruthless Bonds that Sean Connery's done before, as into Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, and others, and Dr. No. They're a lot more ruthless than this. This took a comedy pairing of Jill St. John and Sean Connery as Bond, and even Blofeld was funny in this to be, and this is a Bond film. This is Ian Fleming's Bond film, Diamonds Are Forever. This is a serious spy working for MI6 and going after diamond smugglers whom that Blofeld initially makes it into a satellite that could destroy the world with its laser. Now, God forbid, we are going to get Sean Connery as a comedic timing genius in this movie. This was going to be a fantastic swan song to his Bond career. But really, for my opinion, and this is my opinion, it was really funny. It had all the comical genius and all this spy thrilling, action-packed, and some severity in it, yes. But I could say I enjoyed it immensely because it was funny and also a Bond film. Sean Connery's last. Let's check out the facts. Diamonds Are Forever. Yes, it is. It is a 1971. I was born in 1971, but that's not really important now. This is a spy film, the seventh in the James Bond series, produced by Eon Productions. It is the sixth and final Eon film to star Sean Connery, who returned to the role as the fictional MI6 agent James Bond, having declined to reprise the role on Her Majesty's Secret Service in 1969. The film is based on Ian Fleming's 1956 novel of the same name, and is the second of four James Bond films directed by Guy Hamilton. story has Bond impersonating a diamond smuggler to infiltrate a smuggling ring and soon uncovers a plot by his old enemy in Stavro Blofeld to use the diamonds to build a space-based laser weapon. Bond has to battle his enemy for one last time to stop the smuggling and stall Blofeld's plan of destroying Washington, D.C. and extorting the world for nuclear supremacy. After George Lazenby left, the series producers Harry Saltzman and Albert R. Broccoli tested other actors, but Studio United Artists wanted Connery back, paying a then recorded $1.25 million salary for him to return. The producers were inspired by Goldfinger, as with the film. As that film, Guy Hamilton was hired to direct, and Joe Dassie performed the vocals on the theme song. Locations included Las Vegas, California, and Amsterdam. Diamonds Are Forever was a commercial success and received positive reviews, though retrospective reviews were critical of its camp tone. It was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Sound. Alright, as we go down, we take a look at the production, or some of the production anyway. The production originally intended to have Diamonds Are Forever recreate commercially successful aspects of Goldfinger, including hiring as director Guy Hamilton. Peter Hunt, who had directed on Her Majesty's Secret Service and worked in all previous Bond films as editor, was invited before Hamilton. But due to involvement with another project, could only work on the film if the production date was postponed, which the producers declined to do as a condition for Hamilton's directing after his difficulties with trade unions during the filming of Battle of Britain. Diamonds Are Forever was the first Bond production to be primarily based in the United States rather than the United Kingdom. While On Her Majesty's Secret Service was in post-production, Richard Maybaum wrote several drafts about Bond avenging the death of his wife, Tracy. The character Irma Bunt and Mark Angie Draco were set to return. Harry Saltzman had suggested Thailand and India as potential filming locations when George Lazenby departed from the role prior to the film's release. A complete rewrite was requested in addition to Maybaum's script, failing to impress Albert Broccoli and Saltzman. Following this, Maybaum wrote an original script with Auric Goldfinger's twin seeking revenge for the death of his brother. In this version, Goldfinger's brother was a Swedish shipping magnate armed with a laser cannon held within the hull of a super tanker. The idea was borrowed from an early draft on Her Majesty's Secret Service, in which Ernst Stavro Blofeld was to be Goldfinger's twin brother, with Gert Forbe set to return. The film would have ended with a boat chase of Chinese junks and Roman galleys on Lake Mead. The plot was later changed after Broccoli had a dream where his close friend Howard Hughes was replaced by an imposter. Hence, the character of Withered White was created, and Tom Mankiewicz was chosen to rework the script. casting, George Lazenby was originally offered a contract for 7 Bond films, but declined and left after just one on Her Majesty's Secret Service, on the advice of his agent Ronan O'Reilly. Producers contemplated replacing him with John Gavin, though actors Clint Eastwood, Adam West, Burt Reynolds, Robert Wagner, Brett Halsey, Malcolm Roberts, and Ranulph Fiennes had also been considered. Eastwood, Reynolds, and West had stated that Bond should not be played by an American actor. Michael Gambon rejected an offer, telling Broccoli that he was in terrible shape. Producers Albert Broccoli and Al Saltzman wanted to cast Roger Moore, but he was busy filming Las Vegas. Filming began on the 5th of April 1961, with the South African scenes actually shot in the desert in Las Vegas. The scene was originally written to include Mr. Wint and Mr. Kidd killing Dr. Tynan by forcing a scorpion down his mouth, but it was rewritten in order to be approved by British censors. Okay, filming in Las Vegas took place mostly in hotels owned by Howard Hughes, for he was a friend of Cubby Broccoli's. Getting streets emptied to shoot was achieved through the collaboration of Hughes, Las Vegas Police, and the Shopkeepers Association. Las Vegas Hilton doubled for the White House. Since the owner of the Circus was a Bond fan, he allowed the circus to be used on film and even made a cameo. Since the car chases in Las Vegas would have many car crashes, the filmmakers had a product placement arrangement with Ford to their vehicles. Ford's only demand was that Sean Connery had to drive the 1971 Mustang Mark I, and it is a gorgeous car. One of my favorites, I think, which serves as Tiffany Case's car. A Mustang was used in Goldfinger and Thunderball, while a Mercury Cougar was used on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and Bond girls drove each one. The moon buggy was inspired by the NASA lunar rover, but with additions such as flailing arms, since the producers didn't find the design outrageous enough. Built by custom car fabricator Dean Jeffries on a rear-engined Corvair chassis. It was capable of road speeds. The fiberglass tires had to be replaced during the chase sequence because the heat and irregular desert soil ruined them. Hamilton had the idea of making a fight scene inside a lift, with the choreographed and performed by Sean Connery and stuntman Joe Robinson. During a car chase scene where the police are chasing Bond in a small parking lot, the Mustang was to jump a small ramp over several cars. The hired stunt driver they had couldn't perform this and wrecked 2 or 3 cars in the process. The stunt team had only one automobile left, so they called Bill Hickman, who drove 4 hours to the location, jumped into the Mustang, and did the stunt in one take. A continuity mistake during the same car chase made it into the film's final cut, when Bond drives the Mustang on 2 wheels through a narrow alley. The car enters the alley on its right side, tires, and exits driving on its left side. It was a huge continuity mistake, but funny nonetheless. While filming the scene of Finding Plenty O'Toole drowned in Tiffany's swimming pool, Lana Wood actually had her feet loosely tied to a cement block on the bottom. Film crew members held a rope across the pool for her, with which she could lift her face out of the water to breathe between takes. The pool was steeped in a way that made the block move deeper with each take. Eventually, Wood was submerged but was noticed by onlookers and rescued before actually drowning. Wood, being a certified diver, took some water but remained calm during the ordeal, although she later admitted to a few very uncomfortable moments and quite some struggling until they pulled me out. Okay, music now. The original soundtrack was once again composed by John Barry. Yes, his 6th time composing for the Bond film. Diamonds Are Forever. The title song was the second James Bond theme to be performed by Shirley Bassey after Goldfinger in 1964. With Connery back in the lead role, the James Bond theme was played by an electric guitar in the somewhat unusual blued gun barrel sequence. Blued? Yeah, blued. Yes, there's blued. Gun barrel sequence. Accompanied by prismatic ripples of light in the pre-credit sequence, and in a full orchestral version during a hovercraft sequence in Amsterdam. So there we have it. I won't go through the cast. Everybody knows Sean Connery and Jill St. James. It was so good, so funny, a major success. Really, was a major success. I should actually say what the box office is. Let's go through the cast anyway. For the shit and giggles, let's go through the cast and crew. Directed by Guy Hamilton, screenplay by Richard Maybaum, Tom Mankiewicz, based on Diamonds Are Forever by Ian Fleming, produced by Harry Saltzman, Albert R. Broccoli, starring Sean Connery, Jill St. John, Charles Gray, Lana Wood, Jimmy Dean, Bruce Gabbett, and Lois Maxwell as Marnie Penny, and Desmond Llewellyn as M, and Bernard Lee as... Desmond Llewellyn as Q. Sorry, got an alphabet wrong. Oh, dyslexia. Don't you just love it? I mean as M, Bernard Lee, and Desmond Llewellyn, of course, Q the quartermaster. Okay, cinematography by Ted Moore, edited by Bert Bates, John Holmes, music by John Barry, production company Eon Productions, distributed by United Artists, release date 14th of December 1941. Where am I head going? Oh my god, got numbers like that now. 14th of December 1971, West Germany. Forgive me, I'm sorry. 17th December 1971 USA, 30th of December 1971 UK premiere. Running time 120 minutes. Countries: United Kingdom, United States. English is the language. Budget was $7.2 million. Box office take was $116 million. Pretty damn good, if you ask me. And I stick to my opinion. It was funny. It was more camp than the usual Sean Connery Bonds. I think that's what made it really fun to watch. And yes, it did have its very brutal moments, but all in all, same. I think this was directed well, and the places where it had the humour really had that beat there with this movie, Diamonds Are Forever. Anyway, it's a good watch, sit down watch. I'm not really a guy who kind of does the analytical thing and goes over with a fine-tooth comb. All I can say is the cars, like the Mustang, beautiful red Mustang, the chases in the desert with the three-wheelers, very cool. It made the not Los Angeles cops, it made the Las Vegas cops a little bit kind of goofy and, you know, like took the piss out of them, really, to be quite honest with you, but it was all a night of fun, really. And yes, Bond gets Blofeld in the end, blows up the oil rig, and Bond gets still St. James. Also, I've got to mention the two henchmen, Wint and... oh, what was the other one? Mr. Wint and Mr. something. Sorry, I'm gonna have to write it there. But they had comedic timing. Also, they killed everybody who handled the diamonds, even a nice old grey-haired lady. So they were a good addition to the Diamonds Are Forever. But if you want a good watch, if you want to watch Sean Connery's last Bond, watch Diamonds Are Forever. Good song by Shirley Bassey, of course. Yes, they were bringing back the songs that really marked the whole Bond franchise and series, and it remained, I think. But we will talk about that in a huge sum up when I've finished all the films going up towards the last Daniel Craig film. Okay, again, forgive me for stuttering on some of the facts, of course. I try to actually, I'm trying to keep this short and sweet and good and fun to listen to. Anyway, next up is Roger Moore and Live and Let Die. I've been Peter Gordon McKinnon. I hope I've given you some insights. I hope I've given you my thoughts, and it's good talking about this stuff and getting excited. Please comment down below if I'm wrong. In any case, I don't mind. I can take the criticism if it's good criticism. Anyway, okay. Again, from me, Peter Gordon McKinnon, here on P.G.M Show. You've been listening to Diamonds Are Forever, talking about 007, last Sean Connery, James Bond, in this big, huge, exciting franchise, which I cannot get enough of. Anyway, take care of yourselves out there. Stay safe wherever you are. Until next time, I'll see you later.